So yesterday we focused on awakening our body, preparing ourselves for these next 31 days together. And here we have day 2. But we're going to just focus on this meditative practice together, and then we're going to get into some asanas, which are really poses, and I'm going to show you some poses that can help with your mental health. All right, let's go ahead and put a soft gaze in our eyes, or you can close your eyes completely. My tuning bowl is like, you want the opposite way, but you want to go. There we go. We are on a 31-day journey together. And as easy as it may have seemed when you signed up for this journey, obstacles are always going to come our way. Now it is up to us to determine how we choose to overcome those obstacles. Think of some obstacles that you have recently encountered. And think back to what exactly or how exactly you were able to get over that obstacle. Did you even overcome the obstacle? Did you allow for the obstacle to defeat you? Go ahead and take a deep breath in and exhale out. As I mentioned, that we are always going to encounter obstacles, and it is up to us as to how we choose to get through that obstacle. In these next 31 days, you may find yourself coming in contact with some obstacles. An obstacle could be you forgot to do your yoga practice for the day. An obstacle could be you're encountering frustration throughout the day, making you not want to join us on the mat for that day. But I want you to see yourself overcoming whatever obstacle you may think may come your way, whether you're a parent and you may find it hard to find time alone so you can have this dedicated time. But I want you to figure out and think in advance of the types of obstacles that could possibly come your way and figure out a solution now. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Mentally preparing yourself, mentally having discipline over yourself is what we are focusing in our practice today. Our mind moves so quickly and can make us have actions that we don't want to have. So with that being said, having mental control, mental discipline, it'll make overcoming obstacles that much better. I don't say easier, but that much better. Let's take a deep breath in. Fill up your belly with air. Next, travel that air up to your lungs. Then allowing that air to expand your chest wide. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. And exhale from your chest, then your lungs, pushing all of that air out of your belly. Beautiful. Think of your intention that you want to set today, whether you are resetting your intention from yesterday, or if you want to set a new intention, focusing on your mind. Maybe you want to focus your intention on you talking to yourself through the entire practice, knowing that you can mentally get through any type of asanas we find ourselves in. Think of your intention now, set it, take a deep breath in, hold that breath, and exhale it out. Beautiful. When you find time to open your eyes, please open your eyes so we can begin our practice together. Find yourself to an easy seat if you are not. And I will let you know that today's practice will be moving a little slower than what we did yesterday. As I stated during our meditation, our mind moves thousands of miles per hour sometimes. And we need to find that time throughout the day when we're overwhelmed, frustrated, whatever it might be, where we can calm our minds, which internally will calm our body and our spirit. So when we have this mental control, this mental discipline over ourselves, we're able to allow for the energy and actions of others to not allow to transform onto us. So we're going to take it slow, and I want you to remember some of these asanas or poses so that you can get into them throughout the day whenever you feel the urge to, like wherever you're feeling, like just overwhelmed, okay? So let's go ahead and get on our hands and knees, and we're going to prepare for our cat-cow variations. So with cat-cow, how this works is you're on your hands and knees, and you want to ensure that when you are on your hands, that your shoulder is above your wrist for proper alignment. Then you want for your knees to be in alignment with your hands, and you want your feet to be in alignment with your knees, meaning when you look through your legs, you shouldn't be able to see your feet. They should be nice and straight and in alignment, all right? So there we are. We're here in this tabletop position where our limbs are the legs of the table and our back is the table. So let's go ahead and drop your belly, lift your chin up, shine your chest forward, and inhale for cow. Cow is such a really grounding position. It also helps to alleviate any type of stress in your back. And then when we push down to the ground, dropping our tailbone, sinking our chin to our chest and arching our back, we're in cat. Breathing out. Cat is also really great to stretch your spine, your neck, releasing any type of tension in your shoulders. And we're going to drop the belly, inhaling again for cow. And exhale for cat. Pushing ourselves away from the mat, doming our spine. Let's go ahead and inhale again for cow. And exhale out for cat. So doing cat-cow variations can be very relaxing, and it also helps to release a lot of stress. So we're going to widen our knees to the width of the mat, bringing our big toes together to touch, pushing back, bringing our hands out in front of us with our forehead on the mat. And this is always an amazing resting pose or resting asana to come to. Whether you have the time in the day to do this pose, or if we're doing our practice, you can always come into this asana to just rest. Take a deep breath in, feeling that air kind of going to your head, clearing out any negative thoughts, and exhaling the negative thoughts out. Inhale positivity, and exhale the negativity. Beautiful. Take your time to come up, pushing yourself back, sitting up straight, closing those knees, but bringing it so that when you have two fists like this, you can bring them in between your knees, and that's how much space I want you to have in between your knees. Our next pose that we're going to get into is called camel. This also can release a lot of stress from your body. So sit up on your knees. And what we're going to do here is we're going to just first do the modified version of camel, and then we're going to get into the deeper part of camel. So let's go ahead and place our hands on our hips where our thumbs are on our back and our fingers are on the front parts of our hips. And we're going to inhale, excuse me, before we do that, if you have any
any indications with your knees that if there may be any uncomfortability, you can go ahead and fold your mat, or you can grab a blanket and put underneath your knees so that they are well supported. So let's go ahead and get back into our camel. Let's inhale. And when we exhale, push those hips forward and slightly begin to look backwards, dropping our head back, but making sure that we are comfortable. Now your knees may want to naturally buckle in a little, and let's make sure that we are keeping our knees straight. And we're here for 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna safely get out of camel by tucking our chin to our chest slowly, bringing those hips back. All right, now let's try the other version of camel, where we can go ahead and push our hips back here. And before we look down, I want you to reach and grab that left heel with the left hand, drop that right hand and reach for the right heel, pushing your chest forward, pushing those hips forward. Now go ahead and release that neck and comfortably be here in this camel pose. Holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring that neck into your chest. Bring that left hand on that back, the right hand on that back, and slowly come up forward. Exhaling out. How does that feel? Hopefully you can feel a lot lighter in your mind and a lot more relaxed. So the next pose we're gonna get into, you all, we're gonna go ahead and push up to our downward facing dog. And we're just gonna go ahead and pedal our dog out. So dropping one knee at a time, just to kind of shake out our knees from bending on them so much just now. And I want you to point that right leg up, put a bend in that right leg, and let's do some circles where we are opening up our hips. All right, we just push those hips forward. Just do 3 rotations and then do 3 rotations going the opposite way for good balance and measure. Pushing that leg back up, bringing it back down to a downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and point up our left leg, putting a bend and rotating 3 times. Then coming back around 3 times, swooping that leg back up to the ceiling and dropping it back down. Let's go ahead and try to bring our heels as deep down to the mat as possible. And what we're going to do here is we're going to drop to our forearms, but keeping ourselves up this way, where we're still in this almost downward facing dog here. And we're going to hang here for a little bit, allowing the blood to flow to our mind, bringing oxygen to our mind. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Go ahead and slowly drop those knees to the mat, bringing the tops of our feet to the mat and bringing us in this puppy dog position here. Breathe. Excellent job. So what I want you to do is push yourself up, keeping your hands on the mat and your knees. But let's go ahead and bring that right arm, that right hand to the middle of the mat. And we're gonna lift up that left arm and we're gonna thread the needle, meaning we're gonna take this left arm and we're gonna scoop it under this right arm, okay? And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna lay our left cheek on the mat, and you can readjust yourself if you feel it might be a little uncomfortable, but you wanna get into a comfortable position so that you're laying here, stretching out your shoulders. Don't hyperextend that right arm. Drop your right arm to the forearm so that it's a little more relaxed. And you're stretching your shoulder, but you're also having a moment of relaxation at the same time. Also stretching your back, stretching your legs. Take a moment here in this position. And let's think back to our intention that we set in the beginning of our time together today, reminding us of why we're here on the mat. And inhale, bring that arm back up to the ceiling. Exhale, drop that left arm down. Inhale, bring that right arm up. And exhale, thread the needle. You can extend that left arm out in front of you so that you are able to lay on your forearm. Right cheek is to the mat, and we're relaxing here. Remembering that these next 30 days, these remaining 30 days together, we have some time together. We have to be able to discipline ourselves. We have to be able to reset and reshift our mental and reshift and reset the way we think about things and the way that we're going to be able to show up for ourselves and remain consistent no matter the obstacles. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep that arm back up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring that both arms down so we're back in aligning ourselves into our tabletop position here, tucking our toes, pushing our knees above the mat just so that they can cover. And let's shift back and forth here. Just waking up our body some. Let's push those knees up so that they're straight. And let's go ahead and walk our feet to our hands so that we can be in this forward fold position. Now, what we're gonna do in this forward fold, I want you to hug the back of your knees, bringing your chest closer to the front of your knees. So this is also going to really help. This asana here is helpful in releasing a lot of frustration out of our mental and bringing positive energy by allowing our blood and oxygen to flow to our heads here. Now, if this is too much, this is where you can bring your blocks and you can continue to be in this forward fold position, having it here on this first level or bringing it up to the highest level here so that you can rest your hands, or you can almost even stack them and rest your forehead. If it's too much, you can do this. Still in a forward fold. You might feel it a little more in your thighs here, but it's okay. I'm removing my blocks, bringing myself back into this forward fold, and I'm going to slowly rise up, one vertebrae at a time, taking my time so I don't get dizzy. And I'm gonna place my hands out to the side, palms facing the front of my mat, allowing my eyes to be closed here in this Tadasana mountain asana, all right? And being here in mountain pose or Tadasana is very, very empowering. It allows for us to bring awareness to the tips of our hands, to our shoulders, to our legs, to our arms, our chest, making it where it seems like there's a string above our head, holding our head up straight, improving our posture. Inhale here, holding your breath, and exhale out. Inhale, arms up above your head. Exhale, forward fold. Find your way to an easy seat. And here we're gonna have 2 more asanas left, and we will be ending our time together. Now let's go ahead and just do, this isn't one of the asanas, but we're just gonna quickly do a counterbalance pose, which means that it's going to counterbalance any pose that we just did. So we did a lot of stretching in our lower back and our thighs. So let's go ahead and have a bend in our thighs and our legs, excuse me. And let's slowly rotate our legs to our knees to the right. Just breathing regular. Make sure your hands are facing the front of your mat and they're not back like this. Inhale, bring those legs up to the center. Exhale, dropping those legs to the left side. You can also use your block if you want to just rest your legs that way. If it's too much to bring your legs all the way down, you can use your block like that. Inhale, bring those legs back up. Exhale, bring your arms out to the sides in front of you and slowly come down on the mat here. And we are going, you might hear little pops. I heard a little bone pop. And slowly bring those feet as far back to your bum as possible as we prepare for bridge. Bridge is such a great heart opener, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, and it's also a great third eye chakra opener as well. And it helps to ground you, So let's go ahead and inhale, lift up slowly. Holding our breath here. Exhale, slowly come down. One vertebrae at a time, leaving that dip in your spine to be the last thing that touches the mat. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and inhale one more time. Bringing ourselves up. And exhale, slowly coming down. If this is too much on your knees, you can try to extend your legs out a little bit more so they're not hyper extended with the bending in the knees that way. And you can come up to bridge like this. Or if that's still too much, I just welcome you to leave your legs out flat in front of you and slowly just kind of pulse your hips up using your ankles or your heels as that point to kind of lift you up a little bit. You'll still get some of the same effect, okay? So on this next bridge, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna interlace our fingers underneath of our body. So we're gonna inhale, slowly go up. You might have to readjust your shoulders and you're going to interlace your fingers. This is deepening your bridge, bringing more blood flow to your head. Sitting here for 3, 2, 1. Let's hold here still, and we're gonna pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your hands from underneath of you and slowly come down out of your bridge. Beautiful job. Drop those knees to the right. Again, bring your block, if you need your block on the side of you so that your knees can rest there. Bring those legs up and you can drop your knees to the left. Beautiful. Preparing for our next pose, our next asana. Go ahead and grab a pillow if need be. I highly recommend you don't use one, but we're going to do a shoulder stand. And with our shoulder stand, we're just simply going to lift our legs, slowly giving ourselves energy to lift our bodies up, using our hands to support our lower back, and holding our legs, using our core to keep our legs up high. We're gonna hold in the shoulder stand. Again, this is also bringing so much blood and oxygen to our mental. And let's breathe here, regularly, holding this. Beautiful. Now let's get playful if you want. You can put a bend in your knees and kind of like swirl. Be careful with your neck. If you have any neck issues, I highly recommend you do not do this pose. And see if you can bend your knees and bring them close to your forehead here. Reminding yourself of your intention that you set, allowing for your mental to be in control of who you are, not allowing for your emotions to control you. Slowly come down, using your hands to support your hips, coming down on the mat, keeping that bend in those legs, hug those legs tight, rock side to side. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and drop those legs down. Soles of the feet are on the mat. Palms are facing up. Now what you can do here, you can put your soles of your feet together and you can end in Shavasana this way, which is opening up your hips, but also giving your lower back some relief. Or you can leave your feet out in front of you, wherever your body is calling you to lay, please do that. If everybody's calling you to sit up, do that. So let's prepare for Shavasana. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in, holding here, and exhaling out. Bringing our mind back to our intention once more of what we set in the beginning of our time together today. We know that today's theme is all about a mental reset, shifting our minds to become a better version of ourselves, keeping in control of who we are, not allowing for outside energy to tap into this positive energy bubble that we hold within ourselves. Take a deep breath in And on the exhale, I want you to hug yourself. Hug yourself, knowing that you are doing the best you can. You are showing up for yourself. So always give yourself some grace. Release those hands to your side and inhale again. Holding that breath and exhaling out. Beautiful job. Palms together, bringing your thumbs to the middle part of your eyebrows, excuse me. Telling your mind that it is mentally strong, mentally beautiful, and mentally able to be in control of all things happening around within us. Tell yourself you are beautiful. Tell yourself you are smart. Tell yourself that you are capable of many things. Slowly find your way to an easy seat, whether that's you folding over into a fetal position here and slowly pushing yourself up. However you want to find yourself to an easy seat, let's just bring our palms together to heart center, telling yourself that you showed up today for day 2 of our 31 days of yoga wellness. Give yourself another hug, congratulating yourself. 2 days down and 29 more to go. So with that, you all, namaste, namaste, namaste. So appreciative of you all coming to this session. Again, make sure that you like, comment, or subscribe. Please subscribe to our channel as we have some amazing things coming up. But tomorrow, we are going to be focusing on a body reset, okay? So make sure you come tomorrow prepared with some water. We're also going to do another journal prompt as well tomorrow. So be prepared with your journal, some water, and getting into that body reset. All right, you all, I'm Christina Crowder, again, your guide for this 31 days of wellness journey through Wholistic Womban. You all have a great day. Take care. See you tomorrow.